Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Simplified, a show that explains intense topic from around the world and simplifies it for you so that you can appear cooler in front of your friends.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome. It's a new day and a new episode of TFG Indian Football Podcast. If you are surprised to hear a very unfamiliar voice giving you the intro, it's because I have finally reached Mumbai. This is Chiranjit Ojha and Siju has suddenly disappeared. She's taking the day off. And I have with me Kevin, as always.
Hello. Welcome back, Chiranjit, to the studio.
Yeah.
And it feels great to talk somebody in person. All this while.
You had Siju here all the time.
Yeah, but you were not there. You were always on the phone.
Yeah. And actually, when you're on the phone, you miss so many cues, visual cues and body language stuff and banter that you completely miss out on.
And by the way, we did not talk anything bad about Mohan Bagan East Bengal yesterday that you were not on the show.
Okay. I actually did not check it out because I was on the train. I'll have to check it out and get on your case. I am pretty sure you did something pretty messed up. But today's show, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that has been going on around Indian football, some messy stuff, some good stuff. And we have just about 2-3 days to go before the ISL draft happens. So that will be something to look forward to. Right now, we have this confirmed signing report that has come out of FC Goa. Ferran Corominas. We've seen him play in I-Liga. He's played for teams like Elche, Espanyol, Mallorca, and seems like a pretty good, experienced player to be added to the FC Goa roster. Yeah.
But don't you think the age is on the higher side?
34, yeah. I mean, for ISL, that's
That's
a young player, man. Like young player of the award, young player of the year award. Yes, if Arata Izumi can be the rising star or what is emerging player of the season, he can get. Pretty sure Ferran has a chance at winning the emerging player award. I mean, come on, he's got 10 years of experience playing at the highest level in Spain, and we're going to have a lot more Indians in ISL this season. So a lot of more young players will come into the squad and they will benefit from this kind of experienced player, foreign player being there in the side. And do you think, we're seeing a little bit of extra Spanish flavor in ISL this season?
Totally. It's being dominated by the Spanish players, and this is something, it comes back to the influence of the coach. This is what we talked about yesterday, that a coach actually gets in the players that he thinks he's best fit for the team. And we've seen that FC Goa had a lot of Brazilians when Zico was in charge. So now a lot of Spanish coaches are coming into the ISL. So it's but obvious that you'll find some ex-players who played under the coach will come back into the ISL teams, and that also helps in the pre-season because the coaches connections abroad where he comes from will help in the pre-season friendlies. It really is beneficial for the club in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, we used to talk about FC Goa's Brazilian spine, and this time it's the flavor is changing. Atletico de Madrid is out, but Spain is pretty much there in ISL, and that's about it from the signing front from ISL. But we have some development happening in Kolkata. Like we talked about this in the last episode I was in, a day before yesterday. Abinash Ruidas got into dispute with East Bengal. There's an update on that. His contract details have been sent via IFA to AIFF. Which claims that he is contracted to East Bengal for another 2 years.
Oh, trouble for Ruidas then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the whole thing started off with, and East Bengal did not treat him that well. I mean, this did not need to go this far. When he claims he went to the club asking to see a copy of his contract, which says they're going to be there for another 2 years. Apparently, he was turned back. And what was the point? If he was your player, you don't take the dispute that far. It's okay. I'm pretty sure there's an agent influence that's making a lot of problem here. I mean, the guy is in his early 20s. I don't really think he's gonna be the one cooking up a scheme to evade a contract from a club. And Dibyendu Sarkar, the goalkeeper, he also ended up in a similar dispute with East Bengal this season. He had offers from Mohun Bagan, and then East Bengal claimed he's still contracted with them. And Mohun Bagan just, they just went out of the deal. They said, like, we're not going to interfere because this might hurt his career if he takes on East Bengal in that fashion. Maybe this is a similar case. Maybe either Abinash or his agent are in the wrong here. And it was all over the place. First he was considering an offer from Mohammedan Sporting, then he was going to Mohun Bagan, then he showed up at the ISL draft medicals.
No, where is this headed? Because East Bengal wanted Ruidas to stay, and Ruidas clearly did not want to stay with East Bengal, claiming that he is in the know that there's no contract that binds him over. But now what does East Bengal do? Because it's all it's all with the club now.
Yeah, they want to keep him. They want to keep him. They want a good left winger like him. So they are pretty much like hands in here. They have sent a letter to AIFF, and I think the one newspaper carried out statements saying that AIFF will look at what IFA decides, whether the contract papers are valid, and then they will make the decision whether he's still contracted to East Bengal or not. But what comes after that is a problem, because if a player is convicted of going into contract fraud with a club, he can get suspended. And I don't see why East Bengal would want to go all the length to keep him just to see him get suspended.
Yeah, because it's already ruining the relation that he has with the club. And at the time when East Bengal is trying to build up a squad, I think they're the foremost among all I-League clubs who've made signings for the CFL, and they look pretty solid, determined to another CFL title. They don't want anything like this to start off their season with.
I don't know. They've dealt with this something like this before. I'm pretty sure, even if Ruidas has to go to East Bengal and he doesn't really want it, he still has no other option than to perform as much as he can, so that later on he can land a better deal somewhere. Otherwise, because if he does not perform for 2 years, he does not get a good club after that. So he's compelled now, and if the AIFF rules that he is going to be bound to East Bengal, then he has no other option but to play. But seriously, I mean, your point is important as well. Like, dude, the guy already said he does not want to stay.
Why do you want to run after such a player who's showing no interest?
Yeah, and what if he gets suspended? What if he receives a punishment from AIFF? What are you going to do then? You have him, but you can't play him. So nothing gets accomplished other than hurting the player's career. So this is dirty, man. I mean, as almost dirty as this is an unconfirmed report from a Bengali news portal website that just after East Bengal came out and announced that just like Mohun Bagan, they want to play their I-League home matches in the East Bengal ground, their own stadium, and they want to install floodlights and do renovations to be able to host those matches. Just after that, news came out that at night, under the East Bengal stands, people just gather round and drink booze and stuff, and you discover bottles. So security concerns are being raised. You have a dispute with the player. You have dispute with the with the security conditions of the stadium itself. This is not the first time this has happened, mind you. Apparently some young fans were found in compromising positions in one of the galleries, and that's why East Bengal is now closed on Sundays. You can't go into the ground on Sundays, and I'm pretty sure that's the case with some of the other stadiums in the Maidan area as well, because those are not very properly guarded, simply because they are not used for commercial match purposes at the moment. But do you see this? It has come forward at a very wrong time for East Bengal, but I kind of see this happening everywhere. I mean, I've been to Salt Lake Stadium. I saw broken bottles. I've been to Kerala, seen broken bottles. Goa, broken bottles. Everywhere. Other than the really new renovated stadiums, I've seen stuff like that happening. Do you think, have you had any experiences of stuff like this?
I think when you the stadium, if it is kept unused for a long time, you can expect this. And it all comes back to the calendar. If you got a planned season ahead of you, there is a pre-season training that happens. If the ground is a multi-purpose ground, then you need to have the security, because again it just increases your maintenance cost. Incidents like this really have to make you think that, is the security good enough? Should we just beef up the security? Is there something that we can do to engage the fans around? Because we seen images of the training of East Bengal, and we seen a lot of fans come out and cheer them on. When you have such a fan engagement, why not use it to your benefit? If you have the fan engagement right a long time before your season starts, you will really not see these incidents. These are those people who are really not, they've kept away from the sport. I think it's in a way you can use it to your benefit rather than let it go the other way around.
Yeah, who are really leading in that kind of initiative? Bengaluru FC. There is a group of fans that cleans up the stadium after every match. Aizawl FC as well. They clean up the entire stadium, like all the plastics or whatever bottles that are lying around. Everything gets cleaned up by a group of fans who just do this out of their own goodness every single time. That is so awesome, but it does not happen. Okay, in East Bengal or Mohun Bagan Gallery, one of the things is that you can do that easily in one of the concrete galleries, right? But the entire stadium is not concrete. Some of them are just like made of iron, old iron terraces or bleachers that are there. And another big issue is that due to army regulations, you cannot have stands on all four sides of the field. One side has to be left open, which is like apparently like I don't know what army logic is there. Like if a enemy country attacks, they can use the stadium as a as a whatever they can set up a camp or a position there. That's why you have to have one side open, so that can be vulnerable to a counter attack. So when you leave one side open, then you have a stadium which has one side which is just covered by some trees and bushes and plants and some barbed wires, right? And if that is the case, anybody can come in. Anybody can just bend a wire and get in. This happens in Mohammedan Sporting Ground, Mohun Bagan Ground, East Bengal Ground, and some of the other stadiums that are there in the Maidan area. Barasat as well. I saw somebody cut their feet because of like glasses just lying around in Barasat. But this is just a hazard that's just happening everywhere. And I'm pretty sure this happens during in some venues during ISL as well. Okay, if no matter how much, and this is like people are creative. No matter how much you like secure the stadium, they still sneak in cigarettes and some small bottles of alcohol or whatever it is. But look at how the FIFA management has done. When you have the World Cup happening in one venue, because of renovation that has been under like FIFA control or the people who are in charge of the renovation, they have been working with the stadiums for a long time. But before 2-3 months, a couple of months before the tournament is to be held, all the 6 stadiums will go under FIFA's control. So they will be supervising the security, they will be doing the maintenance, the final touch-ups, everything will be done by them. So they will take care of everything, and it will be impossible for that kind of buggery to happen over there, right? Why can't we do the same for ISL and I-League? Like if AIFF can at least get the state associations to take a little bit. I mean, IMG Reliance pretty sure does all it can for ISL matches, but they don't give a damn about I-League matches. If the state associations can be incentivized by AIFF, like take care of your stadium like 2 weeks before the match. Make sure nobody gets in and does something unseemly. And that's how these things happen, Often, the bottles that are thrown into the, like, we haven't had a glass bottle being thrown into the pitch for a long time, but it has happened in the past. And often what happens is that they don't bring it in on the match day. Somebody had something in the stadium 3 days before, and there was a glass bottle lying around somewhere. Then something happened in the match. Somebody found that glass bottle and threw it into the pitch. That's a health hazard. Like, why do you leave that chance that something like that can happen? I hope they take a look at this. But all in all, everything seems to be, slowly amping up. We have under 23 action tonight. India under 23 versus Syria under 23.
Oh, this is something to look forward to. And again, yesterday was a press conference, and Stephen Constantine did mention that he's planning to, he expect to see at least a couple of players to reach the national side from this camp. And so was the views of the other coaches as well. Under 23 is really a build-up to your national senior side. And in Qatar, we see a good welcome given to the Indian team, and we expect to see some good support there for the match. And it's a tough group, not really big expectations from here, but all we can expect is some good experience for the youngsters, because some of them do have the senior team experience, and that can translate into a proper team bonding over here on the pitch. And let's hope that at least we don't concede too many early. That will be the key.
I mean, I think the best that can come out of this, obviously, if India under 23 gets to play in the Asian under 23 championship, that's gonna be a big deal. But just these few games, if a youngster who is mostly unproven in I-League or ISL gets a chance and does well against a senior, like not senior, but an under 23 international side, that opens the door for him to play in the national team. And we still need some players. We still can see like some players are failing, some players are injury prone, some players may not be around every day when we play. Like it's still not done. Our place in Asian Cup is still not fixed.
Yeah, we really have to make ourselves, that big name in the Asian level before we hit the world stage. And this is the stage. You at least draw a couple of games. Out of the 3 games, if you're able to draw 2, that'll be a big result. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because these sides, they've been into football for quite some time, and they are physically stronger than us. We hit the physical level only when we see the worst in us. That is the problem with Indian teams. We are not able to get them, get ourselves physically acquainted to them, and tactically it's a long way to go. These teams, they've got their grassroots in players. We are just getting there. So it is a step for us, but a long way to go. I hope this process, under 23 turns out to be this next senior national side that we can look forward to.
Obviously, so many good talent out there. Let's see how that match goes. I have some tension already regarding what might happen. But look forward to that. Follow @TFG Football on Twitter to get updates of the match and other updates, good and bad, regarding I-League and ISL and other signings and controversies and other fun stuff happening around the Maidan. And follow the Fan Garage as well on Twitter if you want to talk to us directly. We're there on Twitter as well. Boza_Kevin is Kevin's handle on Twitter. Mine is @Chiranjit Oja. Follow IVM Podcasts on Twitter and download the app. Listen to many awesome podcasts like this one. And keep listening to us. Keep coming back tomorrow. Find all the news on thefangarage.com. And we will probably be talking about what happened in the match tonight in tomorrow's episode. And pretty soon we'll have a special build-up towards the ISL draft as we near the Judgment Day on that front. So see you.
That was Tantrik Steve from Hansraj College, Delhi, performing at IIT Bombay's Mood Indigo. Just like them, there's a lot of new talent and art coming out of colleges all across India, but unfortunately most of this goes completely unnoticed or ignored. To fix this, we started ATKT.in. Hi, I'm Ankur, I'm a musician and a rapper, and I found that one of the best things about being an artist myself is finding new talent. Through ATKT.in, Tanya, my colleague who's a dancer, and our whole team really is putting all of our efforts into discovering and promoting all the coolest talent that's coming out of colleges all across India. And this goes up on our website, our social media, TV, radio, and now, of course, this podcast with IVM. Make sure you go to our website, support the talent with your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that really matters. Go ahead, check it out. atkt.in.
एक्सक्यूज मी भैया, एक्सक्यूज मी.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, ड्रिंक्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर सकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.